Hello my little cherubs, welcome back to my channel, Red Fire Flags. Thank you for clicking on this reading. Please like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment, I enjoy reading all of them. And before I jump into this reading, I just want to say thank you for the donation. I'm not sure if you are okay with me mentioning your name or anything, so I think I'll err on the side of caution and I'll just leave it as anonymous for now. But thank you ever so much. You know who you are. I was blown away by that. Anyway, I'm going to jump straight into the energy. Before I jump in, I tried to record a 12/12 portal reading. But I discovered during that time that me going through that transition as well, my gift was just souped up. And it was so much coming through me that usually when I channel, I'm present to a certain degree, but this time, well, it's like I was channeling, and as I was kind of going in and out of it, I couldn't really remember or know what I'd said before, which I found quite strange. So I scrapped it, to be honest. I only recorded pile 1 and I couldn't get through pile 2 and 3. It was a bit like being on a roller coaster and I wasn't a fan. So it's taken me a couple of days to recover, a few days to be exact. And so I've decided to jump in with a general reading, like a collective read. We'll see what comes out with the energy. I'm going to jump straight in now, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so first of all, the energy that I'm getting straight away is that I feel like there's been some sort of tower moment. There's been chaos, there's been a lot of upheaval. I feel like just before this portal and now, and like following on over the next few weeks, there's been a lot that's brought to light so far, and that will continue to come to light. I feel like for the vast majority of the energy here, I feel like you've come through a very confusing time. It's been full of lies and deceit, but I feel like a lot has been uncovered. I feel like where things weren't clear and you didn't have any clarity, I feel like a lot has been uncovered now. Take a deep breath, because it's been a lot. I also feel like there's been a small number of you that have been involved in a situation that was very painful. I feel like this had something to do with somebody else, and it was matters of the heart. I feel like this was somebody you were supposed to trust, somebody who made you feel like you could trust them. But I feel like this became a little bit abusive. I feel like this became, whether it was verbal, physical, emotional, it's going to be different. Please take it and apply it as you will. Some of you were married to this person. Some of you felt this person was some sort of twin flame or some sort of something. And look, I'm going to be honest, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I do not subscribe to twin flames. I feel like this is some narcissistic person who sat down and devised a plan to write this thing, and it, you know, it was going to be something that everybody joined on to. Back in my day, we had something called karmic soulmates. That's what we did. That's what it was. And it wasn't necessarily something you were meant to indulge in. It was something that was going to teach you something. It was going to be what it was, and you were going to take it as a lesson. You were going to grow, build on yourself and move forward. But somehow this notion has now been turned into a twin flame, or something that you're supposed to acquire or aspire to want. And I feel like this has led a lot of people up the garden path, hence why I do not subscribe to the idea. I feel like you felt this was some sort of twin flame. I feel like you felt this was some sort of soulmate. And I feel like a few of you, like I said, were married to this person. For those of you who are married or who were married to this person, I feel like this is a divorce. I feel like if you haven't divorced completely, you're in separation or you're about to be. But this isn't going well. Or it wasn't going well. This 12-12 portal over the other side of it, I feel like this has brought a lot of you into this energy where you're seeing things for what it is. You've taken off the rose-coloured glasses. You're no longer staying awake, overthinking, trying to figure out a way to come through this, trying to figure out a way to mend it, fix it, whatever it is. This is going to be a romantic reading. I don't normally do love readings and stuff like that. I try not to anyway. But sometimes that's the energy that comes out. This is the energy that's come out. So if this isn't a relationship that you're in, this is probably not going to be the collective read for you, I'm afraid. But this is what it is. You're letting go of the negative side of everything, the stress, the walking on eggshells feeling. If you haven't begun that, you're on the very dawn of that. I feel like this, for the majority of you, you have walked away from this situation, this person. I feel like this has brought your spiritual transformation up a notch. I feel like it's sped things up for you. You're definitely in a mode of transition, my darlings. And this has been a long time coming. I feel like you have been spurred into this because of the situation that you were in with this person. This person was reckless. They knew who you were to them. Like, the energy that I'm getting, it's like somebody, two people that are meant to be in some respects. And this person, it's like they knew that you were the person for them. It was like everything they'd written down, whether they'd been sitting in their room, a cell, it doesn't matter where they were at the time they dreamed it up, because some of the people have got colourful pasts. I'm not here to judge. But this person sat down and made either a physical list, a mental list, whatever, but they had this idea of how and what and all of the rest of it that they wanted their person to have. And they got everything they asked for. In you, everything. Plus. Because you were everything plus more. And this person was so arrogant. It's like when you realise or you know something's for you, you think you could just do what you want. Like, oh, it's preordained for me, it can't be screwed up. That whole, well, if it's meant for me, it won't pass me by attitude. And yet that can be good and real and true for a lot of things. But when it comes down to another human being, that is not the case. People seem to get lost in this idea that if something's meant for them, they can't cock it up. This person had that same energy. And so they just, I don't feel like they heard you. I feel like you sat down and you tried to speak with this person. I feel like you tried to make them aware of certain things. And this person it's just like it fell on deaf ears. They did what they needed to do for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 6 if they had to put in some work. But they just reverted back to the same old, same old. Because in their mind, you were for them. And so they could just do what they want. What they didn't account for is free will. See, when this is to do with another person and you do what you're doing, this person then has the opportunity or the free will to go a different way. And so this is the energy that I'm picking up here. I feel like this person was a little bit it was a bit of a trickster. I'm seeing a fox. And I feel like this person may have, if this person wasn't cheating, they were lying and cheating. Stealing, because realistically, when you lie and you cheat, you're stealing somebody's time. Some of them may have actually physically stolen from you. Oh my God. The behaviour of this person, in the end, it was like you were fraternising with the enemy, so to speak. Like, I'm seeing, I don't even know if you ever watched that movie Sleeping with the Enemy, where it's like you find yourself in this situation and it's just like, oh my god, it's horrible, and you have to find a way to escape. I feel like you found your way out, and I feel like this person hasn't really fully accepted that yet. If this is not the energy that you're in, if this isn't something that's taken place around you and it's not something that's resonating with you, this is probably not going to be your reading. I'm going to grab some cards because I'm going to be nosy and figure out more of what's going on here, because the energy that I'm picking up is a lot. Like I said in the beginning of this reading, things have grown for me as well. It's overwhelming. This person's planning a return. They've been watching. So whether you've got social media or not, whether you have friends in common, whether you have WhatsApp, I don't care what the social media platform is. Somehow, this person is able to keep eyes on you. I feel like this person, thank you. If this person, one second, I'm sorry, one second. This person can feel your energy as well. They can feel that you're growing. They can feel that you are leveling up. And this person doesn't like that at all. They're not sure how to level up themselves. And even if they could or they did know, I'm not sure if they actually would. This is somebody who enjoys low vibrational activities. So whether they have different partners because they enjoy a variety, whether it's because they seek validation outside or elsewhere, whether they have extracurricular activities like alcohol, drugs, whatever, this person enjoys indulging in low vibrational activities. And they would rather you enjoyed that as well, so they can keep you where you are. They can enjoy the pleasure of your company, the pleasure of everything that you have to offer, and they don't actually have to do anything. Spirit, what is going on with this, please? Why have I got this energy? Please give me some insight. I don't know if you can actually hear my stomach, but my God. So we've got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, all right? And like I was saying, I feel like this person doesn't know how, because they are sort of lacking originality in some way. They have a possessive nature. And rather than they sort of level up and do better, they would rather throw obstacles in your way and hold you back, possess you. I'm seeing Boxing Helena. Most of you won't even know most of the things I'm talking about, because some of the things I watched just, well, I've got chocolate under my fingernails. Some of the things I've watched, I made some fudge, not that you're interested, earlier on today. I've got some chocolate still under my fingernails. I have washed my hands, it's just probably a little bit escaped. And I say that, but I was eating the fudge as well, so probably how that got there. Boxing Helena. It was a movie a long time ago. I think it might have had Julian Sands in it. It's like an 80s thing, I think, 80s or 90s, I don't remember. But this guy was obsessed with this woman, and he literally took off of her arms and her legs and put her in a box just to possess her, so she couldn't run away, go anywhere or do anything. I can't remember the full workings of the movie, but it's just like this woman was boxed in, and she was a prisoner. This person wanted, and it's an awful image to have, but this person wanted to box you in. Now, probably not as extreme as Boxing Helena, but spiritually it's the same. This person wanted to keep you tied to them in a soul tie. And I think you've released a soul tie, or released many soul ties recently. You've cut the strings to a lot of things. This person had a very, I feel like this person was almost a tyrant, unpredictable, deceitful, had a lot of habits. I'm seeing somebody who kind of, one minute they're fine and the next minute they're not. So I feel like you may have known about a few of their habits, but there are a few things that they didn't let you know about, or maybe you didn't know how bad they were. But since you've stepped away, I've got the Lovers here. Since you've stepped away, I'm getting the energy of this person being very disorganized. So while you're becoming very inspired and you're motivating yourself to move forward, and I feel like you're stepping into your self-love. I know there are two people on the card and it's the Lovers, but I feel like you're stepping into a different form of commitment. This is a commitment with you and your higher self. Like, you're accepting that there is a path that you're on. You're accepting that you have like this contract or this preordained path between you, the creator, your higher self. And I think that you're trusting your higher self as well now. Like, you're trusting that what you've got on your plate, or what you're led into, there's a reason for it, and you're open to learning about it, but you're also open to just walking through the fire, just going through it and getting through to the other side, because you're falling in love with yourself. I also feel a lot of you are making some changes physically as well. So some of you may actually be trying to be a bit more healthier, trying to lose some weight. Some of you may be trying to kind of, I don't know, do something different with your hair. But there are different things going to be happening for all of you, because it's a general and you're all individual. But you're also being called to take action. You're wanting to take action in your life. You're wanting to bring balance into yourself and into your surroundings. And I also feel like you're wanting to bring some softness and some love into your house. And that is you loving on your house or your home. Like, a lot of the time we are miserable in our dwellings, but it's because we haven't invested that love and that care into it, and we think if we move, the energy will be different. But realistically, we're carrying the same energy with us. Sometimes all it needs is a lick of paint and just a little bit of it, like, I don't know, love, like a little house plant, something different, something new, something to just wake the area up again. Some of you need to really clean your office spaces up as well, or the places that you work at home in, because it's not conducive, and you'll know what I mean in regard to that, because it's going to be different for all of you. And so yeah, some of you need to revamp your bathroom. Some of you really need to revamp certain places in your home that you've sort of neglected. Your kitchen areas, like your living area is fine, your bedroom area is fine, but some of the other areas could use a little bit of a. And some of you, you've got the living area, the kitchen area, the bathroom's perfect, right, and your bedroom's just like a complete crap hole. You've got to kind of try and just, balance everything. And I feel like you're wanting to do that. You're wanting to kind of make everything flow. So, like, I'm not saying you're going to be decorating or moving everything and making it all look the same. I feel like a lot of it's going to have like a flow to it. And whether you take a blue and you run that through the house and everything else is different, but you run the same sort of blue through in different ways. I mean, it's up to you. It's whatever you do. But I'm seeing many different things. But I'm seeing you bringing organisation, and I'm seeing you being motivated in your life, motivated in moving forward and doing what's right for you. Meanwhile, this other person that you've separated from, or you're about to separate from, or you... Yeah, I mean, I feel like most of you have separated. This person is, I feel like they're really, really not able to organise their life. Finances for them, I feel, are a bit tricky. Some of them are really in a hobosexual energy, and I don't want to say that word because I don't want to, then again, I'm not monetized, so I don't think it matters. But for the most part, a lot of them are in this energy where they haven't really got much. I feel like they screwed with the wrong one, and there is a heavy karma debt to pay. What else do we need to tell them, please, Spirit? What else do you want to say? Thank you. So I feel here that, you know, while that they've got the Nine of Swords, and this is for this person. This person is feeling quite hopeless at the moment, and I feel quite alone. I feel like I'm in some sort of mental captivity, whereas you have got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. So I'm going to show you both of them just so you can see both of them. All right, you've got the Nine of Swords in reverse, the light at the end of the tunnel. You're recovering, improving, you're letting go of the negativity and the stress. You're starting to be able to breathe again without feeling like shards of glass in your chest, while this person is, I know that was quite a drastic metaphor, but this person is now stepping into the energy. All right, they're going to start feeling what it is. You know, when you ask for something and you ask the creator or whoever it is to deliver this beautiful, wonderful package to you, and it comes in wrapped in a big, beautiful red bow, and it's everything you ask for, and then you cock it up because of your arrogance or whatever, because you're sneaky or you're deceptive, whatever the reason, that doesn't go unnoticed. It does not go unpunished. And I feel like for some of you that are watching this video, some of you are watching this video because you've got your own reasons to watch this video, and some of you are the people that have actually done this. The advice I can give to you, the small few, is I would convene with the divine, and I'd commit acts of service. Okay, and I would keep completing acts of service. I don't even know, probably indefinitely, because when something like this happens, you get everything you ask for, and it's not because you're hurt or because, you know, you've been through what you've been through that you do the things you do, but it's because you believe that there's no way this person could pass you by because it's meant for you and it's preordained and God created this whole thing for you. And then you just think, you know what, I'm just not going to bother. If it's for me, it'll be there anyway, ha ha ha, whatever. There is a price to pay, because you were delivered a gift and you just left it, you didn't care about it, and you've taken that from something else. You know, it's like people seem to think, and I'm going to go off on a bit of a tangent, and I'm sorry about that, but it just is. People seem to think, right, that, you know, we get this one person for us, and that's it. Just one person, and when that person comes along, they're meant to put up with all the crap that we want to dish out. They're meant to make us happy, and it's a long list of unrealistic demands and requirements. And so what we don't realise in all of this is that there is a fail-safe. There's always going to be a fail-safe. And how I realised that was because, you know, you got the 144, you know, the enlightened ones, the reseeders, whatever you want to call them, the chosen, however you want to call, or whatever you want to say, is that you have these souls that are born, right? And it's 144,000 of them. And let's say, right, something happens and one of them, I don't know, chooses not to answer the call. Or something happens and one of them chooses to, you know, whatever they choose to do. Or, God forbid, something happens to them. There is a fail-safe, because 144,000 are needed. Not one more or one less. That is the number. So there is a fail-safe. Same thing happens when you've got somebody that's meant for you. There is a fail-safe. Because if that person, because we come down here, so many things happen. So say my person is John Boy. It's like the Waltons now, but John Boy is my person. But John Boy has picked up a wicked whiskey habit and is quick with his hands. Been through a few things, but it is what it is. And me, well, I don't deserve those quick hands, and I don't deserve somebody who's got a wicked whiskey habit, do I? So, am I going to always be with this person? But I've got free will and I can leave. And even if I choose not to leave, there is somebody who is above me and who is above everything else, who says or decides, hey, John Boy, we ain't doing this no more, because you have been messing with Sally Mae for way too much, and we gave her a great heart, and you're going to ruin this one. So I'll tell you what, we're going to get in the way. And then you break down and someone else is for you. So the reason I've gone off on this little tangent and I've said what I've said is because people seem to think they can just do what they want and that's it. And I'm here to tell you that you can't. I'm here to tell you there are consequences. There are reactions to your actions, and people have a right to have them. So if you want to mess things up, not you personally, but the cross watcher who comes here every now and again, if you want to mess things up because you don't want to do the right thing, and you, I don't know, oh, I'm a this and I'm a that, and it is what it is, and people just need to accept me for who I am, that's not the case. We're not supposed to be a certain way and just expect people to put up with our bad behaviours or our bad habits. We're supposed to want to improve and do better. And so now I've got that out of the way. You've got free will, they've got free will, and everybody gets to make a decision. And because, kind of go off again, sorry, and just because you have options, I mean, do you honestly think that other people don't have options? And I think that's the thing I want to say, because a lot of it is, I'm so sorry, because I feel like a lot of you feel the same way. It's like, do you honestly think I didn't have options? It's like, that's what I'm hearing you say. Do you think I didn't have options? Do you think I didn't get offers? Out of principle, you chose to be faithful and to do the right thing by this person. This person made their choices. They're going to have to pay their price, and you're going to keep moving forward. I'm hearing their karma is to watch you flourish and succeed. And like I said, they're going to be making a return. I feel like this person is going to be trying to find their way back, and I feel like they will try to love bomb you. For a lot of you, they're not going to listen to anything you said that you're saying. They didn't listen before, and they're not going to listen now. They haven't done enough work, and I'll be honest with you, I feel like there is another connection coming for you anyway. All right, this is more of a soulmate. I feel like sorry, I feel like this is somebody who is going to be able to give you that tangible happy ending, like not the whole emotional fairy airy type of thing, but that realistic on the 3D, let's see how it works, let's both of us put our shoulders to the wheel and let's work together, rather than, you know, it being a one-sided thing. And so I've just pulled the 9 of Cups in the reverse, and this is just confirmation really of me picking up that selfish energy. Somebody who is quite materialistic, makes mistakes often, doesn't really care about their mistakes actually, and likes to self-indulge. This is like, I was picking up somebody who did self-indulge quite a lot. This is somebody who only thinks about their own lower vibrational needs. And we've also got here the 4 of Swords in the reverse. Alright, and this is continuing, and like the 4 of Swords in the right way up, it's usually someone taking a well-deserved rest, time out, a chill. But a lot of you are kind of continuing on despite that all. And I feel like a few of you are quite exhausted spiritually. I feel like Spirit wants to encourage you to take a moment, to take a rest. You've been through it quite a lot. What else have we got to say, please, Spirit, to the collective this evening, this morning, whatever time this is? So we've got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And you earlier, you got it in the right way up. So there's a lot of mirroring energy going on here. I'll just show you because you know they're different cards. One's reversed and one's the right way up. A lot of this is mirroring energy, and I feel like this person is trying to present a false front. This person, like I said, has been watching you, so I feel like if they haven't already made a reappearance between now and the new year, they're going to be. This should be a timeless read. So if you come here after the new year and you see this reading, you're looking at sort of between now and the next sort of 10 months or so, because it's got 10 here. I cannot ignore it. But this person would have watched you. They would have seen as a change. They would have felt a change in you. And I feel like this person is going to try and operate from that vibration just to kind of win you over, to see if they can pull the wool over your eyes. This person will go back to behaving exactly the same way they were behaving before, because I don't feel like they will take you seriously. I don't feel like they take themselves seriously, to be quite frank. Any advice, please, Spirit, for this person? Let's pull these cards up. Any advice, please, for my collective, Spirit? What advice have you got for my collective in regard to this person? Okay. So this connection here was necessary for you. It was we've got a judgment here. This was absolutely paramount for your awakening, for you to recognize your purpose. And I feel like you're coming out the other side now. I feel like you're being rejuvenated. I feel like you're being you're being awakened. But I feel here that there is going to be a need for you to prioritize or to balance your priorities and your choices with your life and where you're going next, because a lot of you are going to be in a different situation this time next year. So this time a year from now, a lot of you are going to be in a completely different space. And a lot of you are answering your call as well, which I love to feel. I love that. And this person, well, karma for this person. And we've got this strength card as well. I feel like a lot of you here are also finding your confidence again, your inner power. I feel like what was taken from you is going to be restored. So a lot of you have had your confidence knocked. I feel like a lot of you have financially suffered some losses as well because of this person. But I feel like whatever was taken from you, whatever you feel that you've lost, I feel like that will be restored, returned. I also feel that, you know, you've really found out how strong you really are. And I feel like you've always been strong, but sometimes when you're faced with certain things, you can actually see it for yourself. And I think it matters when you can see it for yourself. I mean, it doesn't make any sense if Joe Bloggs down the road is telling you what an attractive person you are or how strong you are or whatever. Because if you don't believe it, it's just falling on deaf ears. So you're actually starting to feel it from within. This was, you know, this whole relationship, like I said, this whole connection, this karmic connection, it was sent to you for you to have your awakening. All right, sometimes these things happen in us in order for us to learn. That's the contract we have with this person. It's not for us to be with them or anything like that. It's just strictly for us to awaken to our true purpose, awaken to our divinity. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is telling me that you are going to be working on yourself, your craft. So if you're working on your intuition, you're going to be doing that and really focused. Some of you are going to be working physically in the 3D, but for the most part, the majority of this that I'm picking up is a lot of spiritual work, because I feel like you've graduated, and so at the next level there is going to be some work that you need to undertake. And it's not like, oh my god, I've got to do the healing, it's going to be all of that hard stuff. I feel like this is just work in order for you to kind of balance. A lot of this is about balance for you guys. I work in order, thanks, 1 foot in spirit, 1 foot in the 3D. It's for you to kind of balance your spiritual side with your physical side, love, work, all of that good stuff. And this person is still a page. This person is still in a very you know, free-spirited energy, love life, you know, all the enthusiasm in the world, but, you know, lackluster. It's a bit like me sometimes. My sister gives me a call and she says to me, oh, what are you up to later on? And then I'll say to her, yeah, I don't know, you know, I've got great energy, let's do it. And then she'll say to me, I'll ring you later, we'll see how we feel. Because we're a lot alike. And so she might be feeling great like now at this moment. I might be feeling great at this moment, but in a few hours I might be exhausted. And the same thing goes for her, and we just act accordingly. I feel like, and that happens, I feel like this person lacks that same, or has that same issue where it comes down to being consistent. We've got Temperance. So, you know, this was all a divine orchestrated plan, all right? But you're being brought from this energy of chaos, this energy of upheaval, this energy of trauma and a lot of upset, and you're being brought to a place of peace, okay? I feel here that you're leaving behind, you've done a, thank you. My spirit guide is telling me that a lot of you that have come here and that will see this collective reading, you have ascended. And so a lot of things, people, places, all of that, you're leaving behind because it just doesn't vibrate on your frequency anymore. And so we've got the High Priestess. And so this is about intuition. This is about wisdom. It's about you also trusting your own judgment, trusting your inner voice, trusting your discernment, being aware. Over now, between now and like, I don't know, whenever you come to this reading, but 9 months from whenever you come to this reading, a lot of you are going to be in this state of fulfillment, of joy. A few of you actually are pregnant at the moment, and so in the next 9 months you're going to be having a child. Whatever takes place, whether this is a new business that you're trying to get off the ground, whatever it is you're trying to give birth to, that you're trying to bring it to life, I feel like you're going to be extremely happy with how this turns out. This is a wish fulfillment. Like, we've got the 9 of Cups here in the right way up. We've got the wish fulfillment here. Trust the universe, okay? Trust the process. I know it's been quite harrowing because this energy that I've picked up this morning, evening, I'm not sure what the time is. Let me find out what the time is. Okay, so it's 4:23, Grand Rising. Having issues. But yeah, you are definitely, you know, you're enjoying life. Over between now and the next 9 months, I feel like you're in a completely different space. I feel like you're dating somebody new, but at this point you've done so much work on yourself that it isn't somebody who needs healing. You know, I feel like you've met a lot of people that need to go through the fire, go through some healing, and they just refuse to do so. And I think to a certain degree you've probably refused yourself. However, you've come through that. You're transforming, you're letting go of things that don't serve you, you're moving forward, and you're in this energy of, you know, understanding that endings are merely the opportunity for new beginnings. Like, an ending doesn't necessarily mean, oh my god, it's all dead and that's it, and it's, you know, there's going to be nothing else. you're realizing that things have to come to a close in order for other things to start. And you're manifesting a brand new beginning. You're leaving behind people who are malicious and spiteful. We've got the King of Swords in the reverse. I feel like there are, you know, ruthless, manipulative people, just disgraceful characters with a dirty mouth on them. Very harsh. And I feel like you're stepping away from all of that. This person, they keep coming up, they just won't go away. You're being reborn, my darling. I feel like this Page of Cups here for me speaking about rebirth. I feel like you're stepping into this place of self-discovery. And Spirit wants you to be gentle with yourself. Spirit wants you to take time because you're in this infancy stage of this new you. No matter how old you are, whenever we come through a rebirth or a dark night of the soul, whatever, we're a new person. Essentially, sometimes we don't even like the same food. So you've got to get to know who you are again. You've got to reacquaint yourself with yourself. All right, there is a union with you that is happening with you. It's like getting married to yourself. A lot of people find that a little bit weird, but I don't. Like, getting married to yourself is, you know, if you're not going to marry yourself, I don't know how you would expect anyone else to marry you. So I feel like you're stepping into this union with yourself. I feel like you're going to be nurturing your inner child and loving on your inner child. And I feel like this is going to, you know, bring you to a place where, you know, you're in the energy of renewal. We've got the Star card. Opportunities are going to start coming in for you a lot more as well. And I feel here that you're going to be getting some unexpected help from Spirit. I feel like you've got a lot of choices, so please listen. Between now and sort of the end of the year, everybody kind of gets on this weird Christmas vibe and blah blah blah, and then they talk about the new year, and for me the new year is not until April anyway. So I don't really celebrate this. I use this time of the year to think about what I want, like daydream about what I'm trying to bring into fruition for next year. So I start to plan, I start to write things down, I start to get things in motion, so that by the time the new year comes, which is March, April for me, I'm in a place and I'm ready to start things in motion, to get things moving. I at this point of time tend to hibernate. It's cold. Things have gone to sleep. I don't necessarily feel my optimum best at this time of the year because I'm tired, and I think I'm so linked to nature as well and Mother Earth. I just want to kind of hibernate and just, I don't know, eat chocolate fudge and stuff and drink warm drinks and have soup and cheese toasties. I just want to be comfortable. And so I feel here, the reason I'm just saying that is because I feel like you need to kind of just not put so much pressure on yourself. Just think about what you want to manifest between now and whenever. Just think about how you want it to be, and then be ready to put those steps in by the time March or April comes, you know, because it's like you're getting your ducks in a row at this point, and you're ready to kind of chuck them in the water and get them out to sea or river, or get them out to swim. Get there in the end. My darlings, this has been a lot of energy. You guys have really been through it, all right? And I feel like a lot of you can really see it. I can barely see the wood for the trees. I said that earlier on today as well, but I'm saying it again because I feel like it is relevant, not just to, you know, one or two people, but I feel like it's relevant to a lot of us. A lot of us are getting to this point, or we're coming through this stage where our intuition has grown, our strength has doubled, and certain things are taking place that, you know, it's a little bit intense and a little bit overwhelming, and I think you just needed to know that it's going to be fun on the other side. So my lovelies, this has been your collective read for today. I'm not sure what the title's going to be yet. I'm sure I'll figure it out. But please like, share and subscribe. I'm not monetized, so it does help the channel quite a lot. Again, thank you for the donation, my darling. I really appreciate that. And if you do want to donate to the channel or to me, my details are in the description box below, or they should be. And I will really appreciate it, obviously. But yeah. Oh, also, if you want to book a reading with me, I've got a special on at the moment where new customers are able to get £30 off an hour reading. So yes, please take advantage of that. I will have that open until Spirit tells me to close it, and so I don't know when that's gonna close off, to be fair. I'm sure it won't be until the new year at least. So yes, please look in the description box below for any details you might require. Have the best evening, morning, day, night, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Take care, be good to yourself.